Karangkagul.
Russia bombed a busy marketplace in Kherson on Christmas Eve for the sake of intimidation and pleasure, Ukraine's president said. At least 8 people were killed when shells hit the center of the recently liberated southern city on Saturday morning, leaving bodies scattered on the ground and shops burning. Volodymyr Zelensky said the attack took place on the eve of Christmas, in the central part of the city, as he published graphic pictures of the aftermath. Christmas Eve. Russian terror strike on Kherson leads to multiple civilian casualties. While families in Europe, North America, and beyond prepare festive dinners, spare a thought for Ukraine, which is fighting evil right now. We need your active and lasting support to prevail. Kherson strikes death toll rising. The death toll from the Christmas Eve strikes on central Kherson has risen to at least 8, according to the city prosecutor's office. President Zelensky published a series of graphic images shortly after the blasts. "This is not sensitive content, it's the real life of Kherson," he said. The images showed cars on fire, bodies on the street, and building windows blown out. Separately, the governor of the wider Kherson region reported that a further 7 people were killed and 58 residents were injured in various strikes around the city, 18 of which are in serious condition. Iranian kamikaze drone factories must be liquidated. Iranian factories making drones and missiles for Russia should be liquidated and suppliers arrested, a top advisor to Ukraine's president has said, as Kiev accused Tehran of planning to supply more weapons. Mikhailo Podolyak, an aide to Volodymyr Zelensky, said Iran blatantly humiliates the institution of international sanctions, before calling for the destruction of Iranian weapon factories in response. Kiev has accused Tehran of supplying 1,700 Shahed-136 kamikaze drones to Moscow, which it says have been used to hit targets in Ukraine since September. Ukraine's spy chief said in an interview released on Friday that Russia had already launched around 540 of the drones at military and energy targets in Ukraine. Peter Mahone tweeted, "One thing's for sure, we cannot let this war drag on for years. The people of the world are hurting in many different ways. Heating bills out of control, cost of living crisis is real, striking unhappy workers across many sectors. And this is nothing compared to what the Ukrainians are facing. We have to help the Ukrainians alongside the rest of the civilized world so we can repair the enormous damage. Nothing will improve until this is sorted. God bless the brave people of Ukraine this Christmas." Sean Fox tweeted, "This is now a terrorist regime. Other terrorist regimes and other despots have previously been hunted down and removed. There simply has to be a plan to kill off this regime, and that doesn't include buying its oil and gas at whatever price. Kill it off, hunt it down, destroy it." Mark Huckstep tweeted, "Putin is a terrorist. He has killed far, far more people in blatant terrorist attacks than bin Laden ever did. I don't think journalists in the West should ever put the word president in front of his name. He shouldn't be quoted or shown in video clips the way that decent people are quoted or shown in clips. The BBC should say Russian terrorist leader today said thus and thus. He is a wanton sadist and murderer. When will his trial in The Hague begin for crimes against humanity? If the trial hasn't yet started, why not? Heath Robinson tweeted hard to understand NATO, USA tactics as we see daily bombing of civilian areas in Ukraine, other than to say they are still afraid of escalation by Ruskies. To save thousands of Ukrainians, please give them the weapons they need to force a widespread retreat of these animals.
Karangkagul